And so typically in the morning, what I do is before I even sit upright, I would just count my breaths. I would bring my attention to my breath, because some mornings I'd wake up and the thoughts are immediately, they come online and there's a lot of thoughts. And so I consciously choose to bring my attention to my breath. And then I would count my breath. So I would count one inhalation and exhalation as one breath. And my task for me to gauge how focused I am, how present I am with myself, is to count the breaths without losing count. So mentally counting. So one inhale and exhale would be one, and then so on and so forth. And I would just do this until 10. It doesn't have to be a really big process. On mornings where I do have more time, because I made more time, I would then do some additional breathing practices. So for this morning, what we're going to do is, let me stall and see who's on here while I figure out what we're doing this morning. Hi. Welcome. Let's see. So if you're in a place and you can sit down and you can center, what we're going to do is count breaths. That's what we're going to do. We're going to count from 1 to, let's say, 10 breaths. That's easy enough. All right. So again, one inhalation followed by an exhalation will count as one breath. You're going to count this to yourself. And if you lose track, come back to 1. This is a really great exercise in seeing where you are in terms of your focusing. All right. So again, just sit comfortably, sit tall, allow your belly and your chest to be exposed and open. Begin with noticing the breath, just the fact that you're even breathing. Something is so simple, you don't really do this regularly. If you start to practice just noticing your breath on a regular basis every day, you're going to become more conscious in your breathing, more intentional in your breathing. All right. And once you have your attention at the entrance of your nostrils, perhaps, or at the belly, take a breath in. Let it go. Continue to 10. When you've reached the 10th round. Maybe move the head and the neck a little bit. Gently open the eyes once again. So that was interesting. So in counting breaths, you're able to, again, as I mentioned, you're able to gauge where you are in your level of focus for that particular morning or that particular time, yeah? What I noticed is that as I counted from 1 to 10 with one inhale and exhale as one round of breath, I actually had 4 distinct thoughts, and that was it. The rest of the time, I mean, it was interesting. It happened simultaneously. I'm aware and conscious of the breath. I'm conscious of my body and how I'm feeling in my body, and then I'm also aware of the thoughts. So anyway, what we're going to do is just move on to the writing portion of the practice. And in the morning, like I said, sometimes, or maybe most times, there's a lot of thoughts. If you pay close attention, you'll notice that whatever it is that you left off with the night before will spring back up in your thinking, in your active thinking in the morning. So if you went to sleep unresolved, dissatisfied, conflicted about something, or just busy in the mind, then you wake up in the morning with just that same, it's a continuance. So writing down these thoughts, however way they come, is a really great way to do what I call like a brain dump or a thought dump, you know? So you're going to just write what comes. You're not necessarily focused on spelling, or grammar, anything that comes. I mean, it could be a sentence that goes, I, boy, sky, hit, over, under. I mean, it doesn't matter. What you'll notice as you go back, if you decide to go back and read it, is you'll notice sometimes that there is something that really stands out in your writing that you may not have been aware of or before because you were just moving on with your day, etc. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that for about, let me check the time. We're going to do that for about 10 minutes, yeah? 10 minutes of writing. Do your best to not pick the pen off of the page.